Black holes are pretty awesome. If you ever wondered what a black hole is, just know you're not the first. That question's been asked many times. So, what is a black hole? Black holes are essentially giant areas in space that have a huge gravitational pull. At the simplest level, there are three kinds of black holes: stellar mass black holes, supermassive black holes, and intermediate mass black holes. There's also spinning black holes and electrically charged black holes. If you were to go into a black hole, you'd die, of course, but the first part of the black hole you'd enter would be the event horizon. The event horizon is the area around the black hole where the escape velocity is stronger than the speed of light. This means that nothing, not even light, can escape. Inside a black hole, in the very middle, you have the singularity. The singularity is the ultimate no man's land, a place where matter is compressed down to an infinitely tiny point, and all conceptions of time and space completely break down. Now let's get on to the flashy bits of a black hole. The accretion disk is a bunch of matter swirling around the black hole at a fast rate. It's very hot and very fast, expelling huge amounts of light and radiation. In photos of black holes, the glowing red part of it is the accretion disk. In the picture, the brighter part of the accretion disk that you see is the light coming towards you, and the dark spot is where all light was sucked in. The innermost stable orbit is the last place on the accretion disk that matter can safely orbit the black hole. It's kind of like running around the edge of a cliff. One step too far and down you go. When a black hole eats, it also spews out massive amounts of radiation. This is called relativistic jets. They can extend for millions of light years. Fun fact number one: if you were to go into a black hole, to an outside viewer, it would look like you were going down slower and slower until it finally looks like you stop and then you disappear forever. If you're wondering how a black hole is formed, it's pretty simple. You all know about supernovas, right? Well, to make a black hole, you need a really large star and a really big supernova. Black holes are made when huge stars, way larger than our sun, collapse in a huge supernova. Its outer core explodes out, while its inner core collapses in to a point of zero volume and infinite density, which is the singularity. There, the gravity is so strong that nothing can get out again. Even black holes the size of an atom are as heavy as a mountain. Weird, right? Fun fact number two: since light is so warped by a black hole, you can actually see the back of the black hole in the image. How? Well, we all know that light goes in a straight line, but near a black hole, the light bends and gets sucked into it. But at the perfect height, where the light isn't too near to get sucked in, but also close enough to bend, the light will bend around the black hole and come out the other end. If you look at the black hole from the side, it looks something like this thanks to the light. So we all know about religions, right? So what do they have to say about black holes? This is from the Holy Book of Islam, written in the 7th century CE. It was preached by Muhammad. Claire Forestier gives us an analysis of how the black hole is being discussed in the Holy Quran and how it is linked with the night journey of Holy Prophet. Space is covered in darkness. These black holes are the darkest, and normal people can't even see it with their human eyes, as it never bypasses through that boundary of that area. Forestier further said in the video that it was only the Holy Prophet who saw one of the greatest signs during his night journey, which can be the black hole. Quran says about the black hole that it is a lote tree, and if we shape the tree, it will look similar to what scientists have discovered in 2019. Well, I personally don't see how a lote tree looks similar to the picture of a black hole taken in 2019. I mean, maybe? Kind of? A little bit? Yeah? Now, Jewish mysticism actually does talk a bit more about black holes and how the universe started. What they've written down is pretty close to what scientists say, like how all of existence started with an explosion from one point, that is continually multiplying. But we're here for black holes, not how the universe began. Kabbalists are people who study the manifestations of infinity. And just as physicists seek a single principle, a so called unified theory of everything, that will explain all of life, so do mystics. For the Kabbalists, that one principle is the light of infinity, which materializes into the multiplicity of all things. Wolfson says, the notable darkness containing light described in mysticism also illuminates black holes. Scientists believe that when the universe began, small black holes also formed. It's notable then that holes are also an important concept in Jewish mysticism. Black holes are the physical embodiment of spiritual holes that Kabbalah speaks of. Here it makes a lot more sense in what the Jewish say, much more understandable too. In the modern Yuga theory proposed by yogis, they talk about yugas being related to the separation between the sun and something they call Vishnu Nabi. They said the Vishnu Nabi is the source of creative power, and as we move away from it, mental virtue decreases, and we from Satyam to Kaliyam. Now, what is the object or spot in the galaxy or universe being referred to as Vishnu Nabi? Right now, it is being taken as the supermassive black hole at the center of the Milky Way galaxy by almost everyone. Religion has a lot to say about our universe, and most of the time they're right. And it's fun to see how people from so long ago managed to figure these things out. And I mean, who wouldn't want to? It's about black holes. They're pretty amazing, but so clouded in mystery. So let's keep trying to find out more about these beautiful, ancient giants.